Welcome to No Offseason Media. I am your host, Amari Jackson, known as Amari Sports. The NBA playoffs are here and ready to roll. Congrats on the New Orleans Pelicans and the Atlanta Hawks for clinching the final playoff spot in the Eastern and Western Conferences. Before I start, don't forget to smash the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and click for a notification bell to notify you when I post a new video. The NBA playoffs start Saturday. I'm going to predict the team that's going to win the NBA Finals. You can disagree or mock my champion, but let me know who you choose that's going to win that Larry O'Brien trophy in the comments. Let's start from East to Western Conference. I'm going over the Eastern Conference. The first matchup is the Atlanta Hawks, who is the 8th seed, against the top seed, Miami Heat. The Miami Heat will win this matchup against the Atlanta Hawks. The injuries of John Collins and Clint Capella would hurt this team. Bam Adebayo would have a great stat line in this matchup against ATL. The Heat will defeat the Hawks in 5 games. Brooklyn Nets 7th seed against the Boston Celtics, who are the 2 seed. The Brooklyn Nets and the Boston Celtics are meeting in the playoffs yet again. Round 1 is the best time to beat this Celtics team due to the inactivity of their center, Robert Williams III. Last week, Celtics head coach Ime Udoka said that Williams is not expected to play in the first round, but hasn't officially ruled him out. Brooklyn defeated Cleveland in the play-in game. Everyone outside of Massachusetts is picking the Brooklyn Nets to win, but I'm going to go roll with the C's in this matchup. Boston will win this series in about 6 games due to the Brooklyn Nets' poor defense, and we have saw customary when they played against Cleveland in the play-in game. 6th seed Chicago Bulls versus the 3 seed Milwaukee Bucks. Bring out the brooms, ladies and gentlemen. Milwaukee in 4. The Bulls are injured, inconsistent, and DeMar DeRozan can't carry the team by himself. Giannis and the Bucks are on a mission to repeat as champions, and Chicago is just another stepping stone for the Milwaukee Bucks. The Milwaukee Bucks will sweep the Chicago Bulls. 5 seed Toronto against the 4 seed Philadelphia 76ers. The last time we saw these two teams in the playoffs was the infamous Kawhi Leonard shot.
By Simmons, is this the dagger?
Sixers guard Matisse Thybulle is ineligible to play in games 3 and 4 at Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. Thybulle cannot play due to not being fully vaccinated, which prohibits him from entering Canada. I still have the 76ers defeating the Raptors in 6 games due to the star power shooting from Joel Embiid and James Harden. Now we move on to the semifinals. We have the 4 seed Philadelphia 76ers against the top seed Miami Heat. I like Philadelphia in this matchup. I am not sold on this Miami Heat team as being a finalist in the East. Milwaukee, Boston, Brooklyn, and yes, Philadelphia could beat this Miami Heat team in a 7-game series. With the reign of Joel Embiid and James Harden's great chemistry together, I'm taking the Philadelphia 76ers to not only beat the Miami Heat, but also to sweep them. Yes, the 76ers are going to sweep this Miami Heat team. Next matchup, the 3 seed Milwaukee Bucks at the 2 seed Boston Celtics. This is the most intriguing matchup that I have slated in this prediction. Boston and Milwaukee have split the season series at 2 apiece. My heart tells me to take Boston, but my mind tells me to take Milwaukee. The only thing that will scare me about Milwaukee is only if Chris Middleton and Jrue Holiday are serviceable, I would not be shocked to see this Bucks team put down the Celtics in about 6 games. So for that, I'm going to make my prediction. I'm going to take the Milwaukee Bucks to defeat the Boston Celtics in 7 games, win or go home. For the Eastern Conference Finals, we have the 4 seed Philadelphia 76ers against the 3 seed Milwaukee Bucks. Yes, Milwaukee will be back in the Eastern Conference Finals yet again this season, hosting the 76ers. I think that this will be the end of the 76ers hype train. Joel Embiid hasn't really experienced being in an Eastern Conference Finals or any type of conference game, and with the lack of the deep playoff experience, will come back and haunt this whole entire Philadelphia 76ers team. Let me take y'all on a flashback. Remember when Giannis Antetokounmpo had his first MVP-like season? And remember when he played in the Eastern Conference Finals against Toronto and he went up 2-0 on the Toronto Raptors, and we all thought the game was going to be over. until Toronto knew how to shut down Giannis. And what happened? Giannis was playing great those first 2 games, and then he folded the rest of the way in that matchup against Toronto. And I feel like it's going to be the exact same thing when it comes to the 76ers and Milwaukee. I don't think that the 76ers are going to jump out to a 2-0 lead on Milwaukee. That's not my point. My point is that when it comes to a player or having really experience going to that deep playoff run, it's going to come back to bite him. And we saw the same thing when it happened to Giannis the first time it happened. I'm going to strictly talk about the East. So I'm going to take Milwaukee to defeat the Philadelphia 76ers in, let's say, about 6 games. I think it's going to be really that close, but I'm going to take Milwaukee, and Milwaukee is going to be my clear-cut team coming out of the East. Now, boom, that's it. East, right there. We got it done. Now let's move on to the West. The 8th seed New Orleans Pelicans against the 1 seed Phoenix Suns. I'm going to have to give out my credit to the New Orleans Pelicans here for at least making it this far. Now, I'm sorry for all my New Orleans Pelicans fans out there and Zion Williamson fans or CJ McCollum fans, but they're getting swept. I don't see any way that this team can come out here and beat Phoenix. I may be nice enough to just give them a gentleman's sweep by just saying that they're going to beat them by 1 time or something like that. But I think the Suns are rested. I think the Suns are hungry for a championship. They lost it last season, and they're trying to find a way to get back there. Suns sweep the New Orleans Pelicans. 5 seed Utah Jazz versus the 4 seed Dallas Mavericks. This series so heartily depends on the health of Luka Doncic. If he cannot play in this series, I really like Utah here. Let's say game 2. And let's say the series is tied 1-1. I think if Luka comes back, I think the Mavs can win this series. My gut tells me that Luka will come back and play, but I'm just going to go with the Dallas Mavericks to defeat the Utah Jazz, and I'm going to take them to win, beat Utah in 6 games. 6 seed Denver Nuggets versus the 3 seed Golden State Warriors. This is the most physical round 1 matchup of the Western Conference Finals. Warriors forward Draymond Green and Denver Nuggets center Nikola Jokic are the most 2 very physical players in the NBA. I think Steph will probably be ready by, say, game 1 of the series. I think that Jokic will earn back-to-back MVP. I think he's going to be my MVP this year. Nothing against Embiid, but we have to realize what Nikola Jokic has kind of been through this whole entire year. I really like Golden State here. I think Golden State will actually handle Jokic and the Denver Nuggets, but I will not be surprised if this game actually goes to a game 7. But this game really dictates on the health of Steph Curry. And if Steph Curry doesn't play, I probably would take the Denver Nuggets in this spot here. But I'm going to take the Warriors on the safe side and say Warriors win about, let's say, game 6. 7 seed Minnesota Timberwolves versus the 2 seed Memphis Grizzlies. This is the battle of the young teams, okay? The Minnesota Timberwolves have clinched a playoff spot for the 2nd time since 2004 with the Hall of Famer Kevin Garnett. This is their 2nd playoff appearance in since 2004, and the Memphis Grizzlies to defeat the Minnesota Timberwolves. Let's go into the Western Conference semifinals. We have the 4 seed Dallas Mavericks against the 1 seed Phoenix Suns. But here's the reason why I kind of think this game could probably go somewhere. And it's just about, not as about what we know, what we don't know actually. Even though the Phoenix Suns are 3-0 against the Dallas Mavericks in the season, all those games were played before the trade deadline. So the Suns haven't really seen this new Dallas Mavericks team. I just like Phoenix here. I really don't see a way that Dallas can win this. 3 seed Golden State Warriors at the 2 seed Memphis Grizzlies. We have 2 great point guards in Steph Curry and John Morant. I can see the series going to around 7 games. Very marquee matchup. Very young team against a kind of veteran team that's trying to become young. I kind of like Golden State here. I know I'm kind of on an island on this one, but I really like Golden State. The only reason why is because they have more playoff experience than the Memphis Grizzlies. I mean, Memphis got there last year, but they lost to the Utah Jazz. I just really like Golden State here. Now, I know the season series is not going to speak for itself because I know that Memphis leads the season series. So I really, really do like Golden State here. I know I'm going to be on the island on this one, but you just got to take Golden State. Golden State wins it in 7 games at FedEx Forum, and I think they beat the Memphis Grizzlies and just end their entire season. Let's go to the Western Conference Finals. I have the 3 seed Golden State Warriors against the 1 seed Phoenix Suns. This is the fight for the best in the West. The Golden State Warriors and the Phoenix Suns season series is tied at 2 apiece. The Phoenix Suns have a losing point differential against the Golden State Warriors in their 4 matchups. Their point differential against the Golden State Warriors is at -19. So Golden State has kind of put the Suns in their place a little bit. The last time we saw the Suns and the Warriors play was up there in San Francisco, and the score was 107-103. And the reason why that game was close is because of a great outing by the Golden State Warriors. But let's keep in mind of this. Steph Curry did not play that game. Stephen Curry is what makes the oil run on this whole entire oil train. I'm sorry, it's true. And if Steph Curry is going to play, and I actually presume him, I actually really think that he's going to play here at this point, knowing how his injury is going to go, I really think that this Warriors team can push the Suns to the edge. So boom, we have, to recap, I have the Bucks coming out of the East and the Suns coming out of the West. So I have a rematch of last year's final. Now, what is my prediction? The Suns are really trying to win a championship, and so are the Bucks, because the Bucks will be the first team to go back-to-back championships, as the Golden State Warriors did it back in the KD time. I think it was like 2016, 2017 year. And your guys gonna hate me for it. I mean, it's like clear-cut, Suns gonna win. I really do like the Suns here. I think the Suns are guaranteeingly trying to win a championship for Monty Williams, and this is gonna be the first time the Suns have actually won a championship in franchise history. But thank you guys so much for listening to me on No Offseason Media. These are my finals predictions. Don't forget to leave a comment what your finals prediction is. You can go ahead and mock me. You can go and say Brooklyn's going to be Boston. I completely understand. It's your opinion, like my opinion. But anyways, thank you guys so much. You guys have a great day. This is Amari Sports, aka Amari Jackson, signing off.